So that's the president giving that assurance there. You remember that yesterday, youth of Samraboy issued an ultimatum that they do not want Akonta Mining again in their area to mine. Now, let's go on to the phone lines now on Zoom and speak to the convener of the Media Coalition Against Galamsey, Ken Ashigbey, who has been at the forefront of the fight against Akonta mining in the Forest Reserve. Now, thank you so much, Doc, for joining us. What do you make of the president's defense of Akonta Mining?
Much. Well, he said this thing in response to a comment I made. I was the chairperson at the Congress, and so in making my comments, I had mentioned to him that I could not miss the opportunity of him being there, and then the Catholic bishops also being present, because you remember that the Catholic Bishops' Conference had also reiterated their point that Akonta Mining, having been involved in that illegality, needed to be arrested, investigated, and prosecuted. So I had mentioned to him that I could not miss that opportunity to, remind him of that particular one and the fact that it needed to be dealt with. So it was in response to the comment I had made that he, in ending his remarks, he then says that Akonta Mining were not involved in any legality as we speak. So for me, the emphasis was as we speak. But remember, when Erastus did that expose in 2022, the Minister of Lands and Natural Resources also issued a statement in September 2022, and the Minerals Commission collaborated that also in October 2022. And so if the president is talking about an illegality happening as we speak, maybe that might not be there, but there was an illegality that happened in 2022. An illegality that resulted also in the people of Samraboy clashing with, the workers of Akonta Mining when they wanted to go into the forest reserve. Were they going into those reserves to go and pick snails, or were they going to harvest some herbs? Definitely, they were involved in some illegal activity, either prospecting or mining, which the minister who is responsible for that sector says they did not have a permit for. The Minerals Commission, is the independent regulator for that, also collaborated with. And so it is important to put that in perspective. If the president is referring to an activity that is taking place as we speak, that is not what our petition is about.
Interesting. Just yesterday, the youth of the area issued an ultimatum that they do not want Akonta Mining again in the area. But we understand that you have also petitioned the Inspector General of Police to prosecute directors of Akonta Mining Limited in the first letter to the police. Tell us why.
So, when the minister issued a statement and the Minerals Commission collaborated it, after Erastus's expose, we then petitioned the Attorney General and the IGP, and we copied His Excellency the President, we copied the Speaker of Parliament and the Chief Justice. And the Attorney General responded to us saying that, by law, they cannot initiate any investigations on their own volition. It was left to institutions like the police and other allied organizations, I'm sure the Office of Special Prosecutor, who could do that. And so, so far as they were concerned, they could not respond to our petition in that form. And so it was left to the IGP. And so when the letter went to the IGP, he responded to us asking for a meeting on a particular date, but he postponed that meeting. But to date, that meeting has not been called. So this reminder to the IGP was to remind him that we were still waiting for that meeting. And the fact that, so far as we are concerned, we have not seen any arrest of the directors of Akonta Mining, neither have we seen any investigation or prosecution taking place. And so far as we are concerned, we believe that the minister and the Minerals Commission, had ample evidence that could lead to a prosecution. And so it was important that in the spirit of a country that is in a crisis, where currently now we are seen as water vulnerable, it was important that, this prosecution took place. So that's the reminder we have sent to the IGP. And we're hoping that the IGP would call us and then would also take action for that investigation to take place. The good thing is that we've seen the OSP, start processes, and we hope that the statement of the president talking about what was happening as we speak would not dissuade the OSP from investigating and ensuring that if any corruption or corruption-related activity has taken place, the director of Akonta Mining and their officials will be prosecuted.
Okay, but just in 30 seconds for me, what the president has said, do you foresee it having any impact on what's happening in terms of work on charging directors of the Akonta Mining for what they did in the Tano Nimre forest?
It is if you and I, the media, if the OSP, if the police, renege on their duties, but we need to. Well, maybe let's give the president the benefit of that. He was talking about activities as we speak. We know crime has no time bar. So we are talking about crimes that were committed in 2022. And so this should not, impact on anything. And we would keep on, sending reminders to the IGP. We will hope that the OSP will do its work. Remember that myself, Martin Pebu, and two others also petitioned the IGP. We are waiting for feedback on them by the end of this month. So far as we are the people who are sovereign, do not relent. We should ensure that it does not matter whose ass is God. If anybody falls foul of the law, that person should be prosecuted, no matter what anybody says.
Well, yesterday when we were speaking to the youth of Samraboy, they said they had picked the intelligence that Akonta Mining is still in the area and is preparing to venture into the forest again. They even sent us some notice of publication that the Minerals Commission had done in September 2022, announcing to the people that companies A and BC want to come and mine in the area. And they are sounding the warning that they will not step by or just stand by and watch someone come to mine in the area at the detriment of the environment. How do you think authorities should approach this issue now to forestall any further encounter between the people of the area and officers of Akonta Mining?
Well, if we will take consolation from what the president said, he said that the Forest Commission and the military were securing all forest reserve. I am hoping that the Tano Nimre Forest Reserve is part of it. We know that the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources has also said that the forest reserves were red zones and that he was not going to sign for any prospecting licenses in any of these forest reserves. As a country, the negative effect of mining, especially surface mining, on our environment is detrimental to us. We need to safeguard our forest. So I am hoping that nobody would issue any license to anybody, including Akonta Mining, to get into any of these forest reserves to go and do damage that we already, even those areas that have been mined and degraded, we've not been able to reclaim it. So I am hoping that the people of Samraboy will use the laws of this country, to ensure that the right things are done. But I'm also hoping that the Minerals Commissioner had said that Akonta Mining were involved in an illegality will not go ahead and give a company that is involved in an illegality any license to go into our forests to go and degrade them.
All right. Grateful to you that you could join us. Dr. Ken Ashigbey is convener for the Media Coalition Against Galam.